Okay, so cutting into metal rolling processes and equipment in chapter 13, Keynote lecture. So if you think about rolling, it's just a process, and what are we doing in this process? We're reducing the thickness, right? The thickness, or we're changing the cross section of a very long strip. So what do we use? We use a compressor, all right, forces, and these forces are applied through a set, okay, of rolls, reducing the thickness, changing the cross section of a very long strip. Use the compressive forces, and these forces are applied through a set of rolls, okay, and that's rolling. Shape rolling. This one we use it to make products, right? With various cross section, okay, various cross section. And you know what cross section is? So cross section, if you want to review it, just we cut, yeah, we straight cut it. Whatever you wanna take a look at the cross section of something, you just cut it down, right? And you can be able to see, you can cut it virtually, right? That's what the virtual models are for, so we can be able to see, right, and predict the cross section character that we wanna shape, okay? So anyway, in shape rolling, this is used to make the products again, and we're making the products with various, all right, cross sections. Okay, other rolling operations, they are ring, right, and tread rolling, ring rolling and tread rolling. Rolling operation. This may be carried out at room temperature, and we call that cold rolling. And if you do it at elevated temperature, we're gonna call that hot rolling. Okay. Rolling process. So this process includes several material, okay, and process variables, your equations, right? You have 56 of them for this. Manufacturing tech and processes 1, right? So pay attention to all these variables, and that's very important, right, for rolling. Okay, so let's take a look at the important variables versus your diameter. Of course, we're dealing with the cross-section of rolls, so roll diameter, and that's relative to material thickness and reduction, right, per pass, right, when you roll, and the speed of your rolling, your lubrication, and then the temperature of these rolls, right? So they are very important variables in rolling process. Okay, let's see, what do we need to consider in rolling process? Spreading, bending, and flattering. So these are important consideration, right? Every time we run rolling. So why are they important? Why spreading is important? Why bending is important? Why flattering is important? Because, right, we want to control the dimensional accuracy of the roll stock. If you don't control spread or bend or flattering, okay, you're gonna have an issue, right? Mess up dimensional accuracies, right? Your tolerances, of course. We have to meet our specifications of the cross-section, particular cross-section we want in our product, yeah? So therefore, pay attention or consider these three, right, processes. Then we're going to consider the mills, rolling mills. Of course, your roll configuration, you configure your roll, right? So rolling mills, we have different ones. Very first ones are 2 high, 3 high, 4 high. And we also have clustered, right? For cluster, we give a name, yeah? Sensomer, and then your tandem. So we use like different, right? Configurations 2, 3, 4 cluster and tandem. This is like you use them together. Forces in rolling operations. So the roll forces can be reduced by application of versus your front end or back, right? Tension, right? To the material. So tension is very important because you're dealing with forces. So you pay attention to front tension, you pay attention to back tension, sometimes together, sometimes separately to the material. Yeah. Because you have to play with the forces. Either you be skillful at it, otherwise again you have an issue with your dimensional accuracy. Common practices, continuous casting, and rolling. So we deal with the ferrous and non-ferrous metals, and we make semi-finished products, right? Because they're very economical. So these are all common practices making semi-half finished products. And we do continuous casting and rolling, continuous, right? Don't forget it. Okay, mills, integrated mills. Integrated are just a very large array facility, and they involve the complete sequence of activities from the production, of hot metal in a blast, right, furnace to the casting, and then rolling, of your finished products, and then you can be able to ship them out to your customer. So integrated meaning like just a large facility, and we do all of this, starting from making your molten, and we use a furnace to melt your metal, big, right, hot furnaces, and then you do your casting, you do your rolling, and then you cut your products, and then you ship them out. So everything is happening in integrated mills. Mini mills, so this is a much smaller scale, and they use the scrap metals, and you melt, of course, and melt that metal, scrap metals all together in electric arc array furnace. Since this is a mini mill, you use electric arc furnace instead of the big array furnaces, and you cast, and then you continuously roll, and then you make different lines of products. Yeah. Okay, so that's up with your metal rolling processes and equipment and all the key points that you need to know in this keynote lecture.